Well, Sean Lennon here with the PWE Report, and right now we're welcoming the Diamond in the Rough, Raphael Quintero, to PWE. And make sure to check out his upcoming match against Victor Iniestra Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match this Friday at CSW Love, Death, and Wrestling. Make sure to check it out. It has former WWE Superstar Matt Cardona will be on it as well. But this match is a table, ladders, and chairs match, and this is going to be hopefully a finality to the feud between him and Iniestra. So we can't wait to get excited about it. Of course, he's going to be competing this Sunday at Galli Lucha Libre presents Galliz Navidad. Make sure to check him out. He's defending the Gladitores Championship is there as well, where he holds the Gladitores Championship. And we've seen him also hold championships in other promotions like MCW, I believe you're a champion as well, and currently UCSW Metro Division champion. And you have a belt in another promotion?
Yeah, Squared Circle Megastars. I'm their mega.
Okay, yes, the mega champion as well, right? So you're pretty busy. You're in demand. How does it feel?
Feels pretty good, man. Just happy to be at these places and just doing my thing.
Great, man. I hope you're having a good week.
Yeah, man. So far it's pretty good, man. I actually like Mondays, so like I start the week off going good.
For sure. I mean, you had a busy weekend. I mean, we saw you at AAW's coming up. You're gonna have. I mean, it's a hot month for Chicago Pro Wrestling. It's like the last month of the year. We got CSW, their biggest show of the year, AAW's biggest show of the year, as well. And we just saw you with WarHorse at Second Wrestling. So when you just see all these shows that you're a part of, how does that make you feel? You got a big show that you just did, and you have another big show coming up. What do you think?
It feels good, man. I feel like I always kind of look back at the stuff that I was doing at one point to see myself awesome. And like, yeah, man, getting these opportunities to make debuts in different promotions and to be a promotion around Chicago is really awesome. It's a dream come true, man, to be able to be doing this.
Is there a particular match that maybe promoters saw, or a particular clip or something in particular where they're like, oh, we noticed you, we want you on our show?
Not that I know of, but I don't know. I hope so. I hope they see my social media stuff or something. Like, hear a word from somebody, I hope they do. That's kind of why we post that type of stuff, just to get that attention, to try going viral or something. But like, yeah, I hope they do see my stuff and go like, wow, I want to book this guy.
Definitely. And you recently had a big CSW championship match back in November, which was, the biggest show to date for Second City Showdown. When you reflect and think about that matchup, how did you feel about it?
Yeah, it was me versus Iniestra in a 2 out of 3 falls match, and things obviously didn't end the way both of us wanted it to end, and now we got a tables, ladders, and chairs match coming up this Friday at CSW, and it's all gonna end here, man. We're gonna end it with a big match. It'll start off as a singles match, now it's gonna end at a tables, ladders, and chairs match. So we're gonna go all up.
Yeah, it's going to be an insane match, and you've done ladder matches. We've seen you at AAW at the Jim Lynam Memorial Tournament, or a ladder match, rather. So you faced some hefty competition there, but what would be the difference between being like a multi-person ladder match and this is a singles ladder match? So there's really no room for error. There's a lot less breathing time or, break time in between. What are you doing to prepare for this one?
Actually, just today I was doing cardio at the gym, and I was watching Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk at SummerSlam table, ladders, and chairs match, because I was like, I need motivation. I need to get some ideas, and I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan, so I was just learning from the GOAT.
Nice. Is there a particular match of his or a particular memory you that sticks with you?
I feel like all of his insane spots always stood out to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, that came to my mind was like when he faced Umaga at Extreme Rules, and he did that swanton from the trailer, and like just like the little everything Jeff Hardy did, always kind of like him in the Money in the Bank where he did that like leg drop thingy that he always does onto the edge. It got carried out. Like, I don't know. I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan, so like anything he does, I'm always like, yeah. So like, trying to challenge my inner Jeff Hardy this Friday and get extreme.
For sure. It's going to be probably the biggest crowd that CSW has had since you've been a part of it.
Yeah,
as
definitely.
well. We're looking at a close to a capacity crowd, which would be over 400.
Yeah.
For the latest numbers I'm gathering, that it's going to be a sellout. So how excited are you that? Is this going to be is this the biggest crowd you've competed under, or have you done bigger crowds?
I feel like I have done bigger crowds, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this too. I've never seen this venue. It's the first time CSW runs into this,
Yes.
and it's something big for the show. It's something big for the company of Chicago Style Wrestling, and I'm happy to be a part of it and be a part of history. And I get to defend my championship belt and a tables, ladders, and chairs match, and it's the end of the year type stuff. So it's like we're ending it with a bang.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if anybody could go back and watch his matches you had with Iniestra, the first match was spectacular. You guys pulled out all the stops. The second match, again, the 2 out of 3 falls didn't exactly end the way we wanted it to go. But when you go back and look at just the quality that you guys are putting in match after match, can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think I heard Boz say where Mr. Steve Boz, he was saying how he's like these guys have a feud of like the top best cruiserweights in the Midwest, just having a big feud, and I think we've had a crazy going on feud, and now he goes to now it's the third match, So I feel like, yeah, we've had a good match the first match where I won the belt, then we have another match, and now we're here. It has to go to its peak of the battle. So
Yes.
yeah, man, I feel like we've put on show after show and banger after banger, and I think whoever's seen us go at it knows that, oh shit, they had a good match in singles. Imagine what they're gonna do with the tables, ladders, and chairs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like it's very highly anticipated, and also it's probably going to be match maybe be match tonight. But you have a lot of other great matches on the card as well. I mean, when you saw the lineup and how it came together, how excited were you to be on share the show with these other names?
Yeah, I was excited, man. Matt Cardona was coming in, Gringo Loco coming in again, B-Boy, Hollywood Haley J. Like, I think it's gonna be an awesome show, man.
Yes, Kylie Ray as well.
Yeah, Kylie Ray as well. Yeah. I know one of them. I was like, wait, I think I forgot something.
Yeah, and it will be the first time you kind of meet some of these wrestlers, right? And get involved with them.
Yeah.
That's cool. So that's always going to be a lot of fun. Kylie Ray is known for having some of the best fan interactions, or like most huge crowd responses.
Yeah,
that fans have seen here in Chicago. So
yeah, and if I'm correct, it's her versus Maggie Lee for the first time ever.
Yes,
I think that's something. That's a draw. That match is a draw by itself, man. Like, I feel like like a rarity right there. So yeah, definitely, it's a place you got to be there.
Now, what if a female competitor tried to step up and challenge you for the CSW Veteran Division Championship? What would your reaction be? I know Iniestra faced Mr. Kate earlier this year. How would you feel?
I'd go for it, man. The challenge is open to anybody, man. I fear nobody. So yeah, the challenge is always going to be. The door is always there. If you want to open the door, step up. Let's get it.
Yeah, I could see Maggie Lee possibly emerging as someone to do that. Instead of like, oh, I'm not going for the women's belt. I'm going for the Veteran Division belt.
That'd be a wild match. That's like two high flyers. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, yes, as well, because you both have really come a long way in such a short time. She kind of started it out in CSW the same time you started getting into business.
Yeah. I actually do remember when me, Amina Belmont, Maggie Lee, we'd all be like in the Battle Royal.
Oh wow!
And now we're here, so I think it's really cool to see the progress of all the people at CSW that are on the main card now.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how far you guys have came in such a short time. I felt like there was just kind of another class that had kind of plateaued, and then a new class just came right in, and it was you, it was Maggie Lee, it's been Eddie and Jack, and they have a great match coming up as well, and Hans Carden, who's kind of I feel like he belongs there because he reinvented himself. Yeah, and he's a tough guy that you've faced on multiple occasions, in Galli. And so when you have a guy that's you're facing him in one promotion, then you're facing him, and how do you make it different so that when your fans go to both promotions, how are you going to make it different?
It all just depends. When I worked them before, at Galli, it'd be it's lucha style, man. We're gonna do some high flying stuff, and when it's
right.
promotion. It's more of like wrestling, still doing high-flying stuff, but not as the lucha type of stuff.
Yeah. What was your toughest encounter with Hans? Was it the CSW match because you didn't have much time to prepare for him? Was it at Galli because I believe you defended Gladitores title against him, or you haven't yet?
No, I have not, but I have been multiple occasions at Galli.
Yeah.
I would say my hardest match with him would be at JWA when we had a match that turned into a tag team match with him and Alpha Zeta Zeta and me and my old tag team partner Poncho.
Okay. What made that one more difficult?
Because it went from being a singles match, pretty long singles match, that turned into a tag team match. So it was a very long match. I remember I was sick that day, and like I couldn't breathe. I was breathing out my mouth, not my nose. So I was getting very, very tired, but we still went through it.
For sure. Now we had you facing WarHorse at Second Wrestling. How did you feel about your performance against WarHorse? Did he kind of give you the rub at the end, like, hey, man, I mean, he may not show it to the crowd, but did he seem like, man, you belong here with me? Something like that?
Yeah, that was my second time working WarHorse, and that was an awesome match. We didn't get the win, but I think the crowd enjoyed that match, and it was a great, great match. And I think it was better than the one that we had at CSW, and I'm actually really happy with that match. And yeah, WarHorse was a very hard competitor. He's a very talented guy himself. I was a fan when he was his other gimmick. I forgot what it was, but like he was a good guy. He was awesome. So like seeing him as a heel, yeah, man, it was a tough competition, but I think it was an awesome match that the crowd went home like, holy shit, this was great.
Awesome. And did you guys kick that show off? Were you an opening match or?
No, I think we were third to main.
Okay.
Yeah.
That match had a lot of surprises, and you got to meet, I believe, Kylie Ray, or get introduced to Kylie Ray for the first time, because that was the first time you and Kylie were on the same show, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I've seen her like before, like I did like at WWE stuff, but like other than that, yeah, that was the first time at a show that I did share with her. This will be my second one. Yeah.
So how cool was that experience to see her come out at the end and now making her claim for that second championship?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Even the crowd was like surprised for it. And second is a good company and it's a place to be at. I recommend anytime they come down, man, go get your tickets, man. This is always a great, always something different.
For sure. And you kind of like elevated there. You did like a pre-show match, I believe, over the summer, right?
Yeah, and then I got a fatal 4-way for forgot the name of the belt, and
Heritage.
Yeah,
Mexico Street Heritage. Yeah.
Yep, it was me versus Sean Logan versus AJ Francis versus Darius Luttrell, and then I finally got my singles match to like I guess show who I am, and yeah, man, it was against WarHorse, so it was that was probably the best person to face to the singles to I guess show who I am.
For sure, we had you against Mascara Suicida at the Ultimate Combat Gauntlet.
Yes.
And this Ultimate Combat Gauntlet, like you've told me about this before, it's definitely a unique promotion.
Yeah,
that's really coming to its own, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not like your normal match. I think you see like people who you see other places be a different person here.
Right.
Like I was sort of a bad guy at versus Suicida, and I think we got to see Suicida pull out his best in this match too. And I think it was great to see him do stuff that he doesn't normally do, and it was great.
Really? So you got to toe the line and be a villain, be a heel.
Yeah.
We've seen that a little bit in AAW, I believe, before where you got on the main card, but
yeah.
Now talk about Boz. You had this match with him at Galli. Is this a match you asked for? Did you want to defend the Gladitores Championship against him, or?
I think there was just Boz had an opportunity to have. If I'm correct, he was going to go somewhere else, but some stuff happened, and he was like, hey, man, I'm free for the day. And Carlos told me, hey, you want to defend your belt against Steve Boz? And the match happened, and I think that's probably my favorite match to this day. And I think a lot of people should have been there for that match, and I think the crowd went home happy. And it was a great match against the BOZ.
That's great, man. I know that you wanted to have that another singles match with him, and having it in Galli. How much did that mean to you? Because you faced him in other promotions, right?
Yeah, I faced him once at Damage Inc. when I was pretty new. I wasn't even a year in, And this time I faced him now as like I've improved a lot. So like to be able to wrestle there to now, it was like a way bigger, different person.
Yeah.
Experience wise too. And I think I really enjoyed this match. And yeah, to be able to still wrestle my trainer who's like obviously older and still able to go, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. You've had the opportunity. And you mentioned before you had the opportunity to do stuff with WWE?
Yeah, I've done extra work with WWE, but that's about it.
Anything you'd like to, anything that like kind of like the size and scope of what they do on their level? Do you see like the difference in the nuances from what you're doing on the independent to what they're doing? I'm sure there's a lot of difference.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot of stuff, and it was just cool to be there.
For sure. And did you get to be one of like the security on screen or?
Yeah, when they came, I was like, you actually stopped me next to like Cody Rhodes for like a split second, but that's about it.
Nice. And so when you had those experiences like that, how much do you feel like, man, I want to make it and I want to be signed to a promotion like this and be on TV every week? How important is that for you at this point? Like, I want to, spread what I do to the masses, throughout the world.
Yeah, it's very important for me. When I joined wrestling, I think before I did wrestling, I was BMXing for like 6 years, and I was so like committed. And like my goal was like I need to get sponsored and become professional. I was able to get sponsored, become professional. So I've always put my mind to it. And the moment I was like, I'm gonna retire and just do wrestling, I knew I was like, if I do this, I gotta go all the way through. So like to be able to do this, and when I do the NWA stuff and the TNA stuff, I already knew like this is what I want. I need to put myself here. Now it's just for time to happen. I'm just gonna keep training, keep doing what I do, and I'll see myself there in the future. I strongly believe I can make it there, and I can see myself in the future. So yeah,
definitely. We have the WWID thing going on. It's being tagged, and different wrestlers are getting out of opportunities for sure. Yeah. And so tell us about Dreamwave Wrestling. Like from what you know about it, how do you feel like you're going to fit in to their alternative division? We know Marcus Mathers is their champion, and obviously you and him would have a great matchup. Mix it up very well if that's the match that they do put together. But in overall, from what you've seen there, how do you feel like what can you bring to them that they don't have?
I think I fit perfectly into their division of the cruiserweights to be able to see like Vikingo go through there. There's so many names that have gone through there that I can't even list them all, but like I think I fit in perfectly, and that crowd hasn't really seen me, so I think it'll be the style of wrestling I do will probably make them. It'll have them have their phone out filming it. So I think I'm perfectly there, and yeah, hopefully it ain't the last time.
And anything about Marcus Mathers? Do you know about him?
I saw actually not that long ago. I was watching him versus like Starboy Charlie at GCW. It was like a YouTube.
Okay.
Man. Yeah, I'd love to wrestle him singles too, man. That'd be awesome. He's like his shit. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great to see you guys mix it up as well. You don't have an opponent yet for Dreamwave, right? Because it's still a few months away.
I'll let for Dreamwave will announce this someday soon. So
okay.
Do that.
But I'm sure you're excited to make your debut there.
I'm very, very excited. I think it'll be a good match. Everyone's gonna be hyped for.
For sure. Do you know some of the fans following you from one promotion to another promotion?
Yeah, especially because like a lot of people that go to Dreamwave too have seen me go to other places, like that they're gonna be there and they're gonna be like, oh, that's Quintero. So I mean, like, I'm hyped. I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, yes, for sure. And they're doing awesome things too. You see what they're doing with the women's and a separate women's promotion as well, and
Uprising, right? It's called.
Yes, Uprising. I was there, and very exciting.
Yeah, so made her. She like showed up, right?
Yes, they had a lot of surprises, so that was pretty cool. That's why I wasn't sure. Maybe you might have made that Rumble match, but
I know. Yeah, I wasn't available, but yeah, I do remember hearing about the Jordan Grace being there, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yes, and then can you tell us anything about Joe Henry and the experience of Rocket Pro?
Oh, that's actually my second time meeting Joe Hendry. I met him when I did TNA, when I did the TNA Explosion.
Okay.
And he was a really cool guy, and to see him there again was cool because it was at a different promotion closer to home. So I thought that was pretty cool to see him there.
Nice. And we can't wait to see maybe you and him square off one day. That'd be fun, right?
Yeah, that'd be wild, man. That would be wild.
And then when you see like kind of like the marketing some of these wrestlers have, like a Joe Henry, and you feel like, what can you do to stand out, right? From your perspective, you do amazing moves, you do amazing, obviously all the matches you are top notch, but you ever feel like you may have to, add something to the character, add a little more spice or a flavor and of an essence of who Quintero is?
Yeah, I think like to this day, because like I think a lot of people still forget that like I'm like about to complete 2 years wrestling. Right, I completed in February. I'm sorry, I completed in February 12th. So like I'm still very new. So I feel like the Diamond in the Rough, which is a nickname given to me by my trainer Steve Boz, I kind of just took it and ran with it. I'm still discovering myself. Sorry, but I'm still discovering myself, and like, yeah, man. To this day, like I'm still discovering who Quintero is. So hopefully we end up. You never know. By the end of the day, like I stop being the Diamond in the Rough and I'm something else. So like,
Sure,
yeah,
definitely. They've seen that definitely wrestlers go through those kind of changes and in their characters, so they kind of develop over time.
yeah, definitely.
Yes, and then when you're when you're going to the CSW shows, like, talk about how you're gonna excite the crowd. They've been seeing you up until this point, and they think they can expect what you do. But how you feel you're able to still draw them in and kind of surprise them.
Yeah, I feel like every time they see me, I always do something more wild, or they just see something more out of me, or it's just like that energy of me coming out. Like I think it's cool that when I hear my song hit or my screen shows my design, right away you already hear like people chanting like Quintero or like I think that's awesome. And I think after every match it's always clapping for the two opponents in that ring. So I think man, you're always gonna see something new out of me, and I'm still learning.
Yes.
So like I always like to pull out stuff that I already learned or something different, so I think it's always something new out of me.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like all your matches have different ways of how it ends too. You have kind of different sequences, so that's also pretty distinguishable as
Yeah.
well. And when you look at Victor Iniestra, let's go back 2 years ago, right? When you saw him as the Metro Division champion, was there anything you said, man, I could take away? What could I take away from this guy? Like, oh man, he does this so well, or he does this. Like, what did you notice the most about Iniestra before you started, doing, all the main CSW card, maybe on the pre-show or before you even started having matches?
I once actually saw Nestor way back at PPW, but then when I saw him there at CSW and he was the Metro Division champion, he beat the Steve Boz. The first thing I saw, I was just kind of like, he had a team of the brass, so he wasn't out there defending his belts as much. He was a champion.
Right.
Champion should always defend his belts, and I feel like that's one thing that I've been doing since I got the belt. I've been constantly defending the belt.
Yes.
Teaming up with the brass holes and doing stuff with them. So I think that's one thing that I saw that I did differently, with my belt.
Definitely. But anything positive that you saw from him that you wanted to emulate?
Not anything I can think of the head, if I'm gonna be completely honest.
Okay. Not so nothing like nothing in ring that kind of like impressed you.
Yeah, not that I can think of, if I'm gonna be completely honest, because like half the time when he became champion, I think I was about to debut, so like I was kind of just doing my own thing as well. So I don't as much.
For sure. Well, I mean, you've gotten now to seen him a couple times, in the ring, across the ring from yourself. So
yeah,
I'm sure it's going to be an exciting match. When people look at tables, ladders, and chairs, they think of all these, like you said, the Hardys. They think of all the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian. Like when you look at like the legacy of this kind of match, and I think I'm pretty sure this is the first time CSW has done it on this level. I'm not sure if they've done it in the past, but
yeah.
How excited are you to like kind of like create history with this?
I'm very, very excited, especially because it's my first like gimmick match at my home promotion of CSW. I've done ladder matches, and that's about it, man. So like to be able to do this, I'm very, very excited, and to be able to end a feud that's been going on, and to take, to lose, it's either win it or lose it. So I think it's go big or go home at this point. So I think,
Yes.
to end the year at CSW with a tables, ladders, and chair match, I think it's going to send the fans home happy.
Yeah.
Regardless,
for sure.
Regardless of the outcome, man, I think it's still going to be a match that's going to be like, holy shit, these guys. I think the fans already know something's cooking. Like, I think they already know, like, these guys. You guys should have seen the first match. I mean, seeing comments like that, like, oh, these guys had a great match the first time. Now it's two out of three falls. Now it's going to be like, oh shit. Now it's a ladder match. Like, oh man, it's topping it. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that the bar keeps getting raised and raised at these CSW events.
Dude, definitely. The card is insane already. So I mean, yeah.
For sure. And talk about that CSW Heavyweight Championship, and maybe possibly having the opportunity to hold that belt. As you've seen, many of the great champions of the past, and now we have Conan Lycan as the current champion. Have you ever thought about that kind of match of where, we could see you jump up to heavyweight and face Conan Lycan, like a champion versus champion match? I'm not saying if that has that ever been discussed. Is that something that's come across your mind?
Then me and Conan have never actually ever faced singles. We've done like multiple man matches, but never a singles match.
Right.
That match by itself would be a draw, and it would be insane. I'm actually at 200 pounds now, so I mean, I think I am a heavyweight at this point. But like, I think, it'd be another level. I have to step up to another level. I'm always training every day, so I'd be training harder to get up to that stake of the heavyweight. To be able to Metro Division, that's awesome. But now to be the heavyweight, that's like the top of the the food chart, and I gotta be ready for that as well. But I think I believe in myself that I could maybe one day be that.
Yes, for sure. I mean, that we've seen many faces of the company, and I know it's one thing. All of them have pretty lengthy title reigns.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen what we consider a short reign, where it's under 4 or 5 months, or less. It seems like they're holding it like 6 to 8, some even for a year. Joey Avalon hold it for a year. And have you faced Joey Avalon yet in a singles match?
No, I've only done a scramble match. I think it was my third. It was my third match at CSW's main card. It was me versus Hades X1X versus Joey Avalon. Okay. Cypher versus JJ Garrett, I believe, at the Click Click Boom show where Cole Cabana was at. That was the first time Joey Avalon I did something with Joey Avalon. Other than that, no. I'd love to wrestle though. He's awesome.
Yeah, he just had a great match with Zilla too.
Oh yeah, the Blizzard Broad, I'm correct.
Yeah. So I'd like to see you and Joey as he is a former heavyweight champion. Do you feel like that would be a good, nice test for you? Like, okay, I'm gonna face a guy who's bigger than me, has held this belt before. Let me see how I do against him. If I can, if I can beat him, then maybe I'll think about moving on to face Conan.
Dude, definitely. I think it would be a great match as well, and I feel like it'd be a challenge for me. He's a way bigger guy than me, and I'm a small, faster guy. So I think it'd be a hard-hitting, speed, fast, strength match.
Yes, yeah. I mean, there's so many dream matches out there as well. The roster is so huge and diverse. Like, it's definitely not a regular rotation. It's really big. Like, you could be in this promotion and not face a guy for a couple years, right, or several years.
Yeah.
It's crazy how deep that roster really is at points. Well, Quintero, I love having you back on PWE Report. Tell everybody how they can follow you. You got some new merch, some new swag, so I want you to promote that as well. And anything upcoming you want to announce, go ahead.
I got some merch on my Big Cartel website. Go check that out. I got a link in my bio. Check out my Facebook at Raphael Quintero. Check out my Twitter at the THA Real Quintero. Instagram is Raphael Quintero. And that's all I got. So check out my stuff. Got some new uploads coming up soon, and making some new debuts for the year. Catch me at AAW soon, at CSW this Friday in the Tables, Ladders, and Chairs match, and making my debut at Dreamwave on February 8th. It's already a sold out show. But I believe that Dreamwave is on top, man. So I think to be able to show up there is gonna be awesome. This is something new. So very excited.
Very exciting, man, and I feel like you're one of the guys that definitely is rising up, but you're also pretty humble as well.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, you stay humble pretty much, and we appreciate having you on PW. We'll definitely get your shirt out to you soon.
Definitely.
And for anybody there that's thinking about doing this, like if you saw someone that walked through the doors of the CSW Academy, what would you say to them personally, without even them asking you anything about your experience? Like without that, would just be like, you know, what would you tell them? How would you approach them?
About like wrestling in general?
Yeah, like they want to do this, you know?
Yeah. I would just tell them, like, just chase your dream and believe in yourself. I think a lot of people never believe in themselves enough to go out and do something. And I always tell myself, like, how do you think somebody should believe that you're going to become this? You should believe in yourself first that you're going to become that.
Yeah.
Because how is somebody else going to believe that you're going to be the best at one point if you don't even believe in yourself being the best? So you got to have that mentality of like, I'm going to be the best regardless, even before you know you are the best. And I think you should always just have your head focused on what you want and constantly grind and constantly work hard for what you want. And anything is possible in this earth and this world that we live in, and just believe in yourself. And believe in yourself is the strongest thing you should do, because no one's going to save you in this life. You're the only one that's going to save you from failing or achieving your dreams and goals. So like, yeah, pursue everything you can and just try your best and don't half-ass, man. Just work hard for it.
Yes, for sure, man. Well, I appreciate you. You deserve all the success you've had so far. And I hope, like I said, I hope we get to see what you do. The masses will see it. The people all over the country and all over the world will get to see what you do. It's very individual. You know, this is very individually based sport, or you know what I'm saying, performance, right? It's not a team thing. It's, you know, you're very individually based. You have to be unique individually, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I feel like you do that. You definitely do that. So you definitely stick out, and I hope you definitely have the opportunity to branch out and go to different places with this.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I hope. I always told myself, like, my first year was just me trying to wrestle as much as I can and just get into the business. And my second year was like me getting opportunities for like NWA and TNA, and like I don't even know, making new debuts to different promotions and big promotions too. Now I don't know what the third year has to come for me. You know, I'm just very excited to get there and, you know, finally arrive 2025. And yeah, man, I was actually recently listening to like my first ever podcast with you, and like to be listening to what I was saying there and then to listening to what my second podcast was like, wow, man, I've changed. Like I've grown so much and gone so far and so early in my career, which is like, damn, this is awesome. And I always like to look at that because it just makes me realize, like, yeah, man.
Same here. When I do podcasts, same thing. I like to listen to where I was, you know, years ago to where I'm at now. So I definitely get that as well.
Probably to look at stuff like that and be like, damn, look at us back then, now look at me now. Like that's always a good thing to look at.
For sure. Well, I appreciate you once again for being on the PWE Report, and make sure everybody to check out CSW Love, Death, and Wrestling. Make sure 2 Conti Parkway. It is in Elmwood Park, Illinois, and you want to be there live. WWE Superstar Matt Cardona, Gringo Loco, Kylie Ray, Hollywood Haley J, all are going to be part of this show. It's a stacked card, and every match is going to deliver. So I can't wait, and I can't wait for your match. I can't wait to be there live. No matter who you root or you cheer for, you guys, you know, appreciate all the support from the fans, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, the fans are going to bring it on Friday night. I know you guys are going to bring on the best performances, and you guys are just the most incredible entertainers on this planet. I swear, you know what I mean? What you guys do in that ring.
Thank you so much, man.
No problem. Take care. Have a good night, and we'll see you Friday night.
Thanks. You too, Sean.
You too. Bye.